Hello, dear students, very good morning. Today again we are with the important extract for explanation from The Merchant of Venice, the famous comedy written by William Shakespeare. Dear students, we have done approximately 75% portion of this play, and I think within 4 or 5 explanations after this one, we will be finishing this play. Then we will discuss some questions related to this play or this book. Now we have this extract, this passage for explanation to understand or to comprehend. I recite or quote the passage. As there is no firm reason to be rendered why he cannot abide a gaping pig, why he a wallen bagpipe, but of force must yield to such inevitable shame as to offend himself being offended. So these are the lines. This extract is from Act 4, Scene 1 from The Merchant of Venice. We have also done one more explanation earlier from this scene. So again we are with this scene because this scene is the long one. And this scene, as we know very well, is known as the trial scene, where the case of Shylock and Antonio is being heard by the Duke of Venice. All the people who are there in the court and even Duke himself is requesting Shylock to show the mercy towards Antonio. We know very well that Antonio has failed to repay his debt to Shylock. That is, whatever the guarantee he gave for Bassanio, now he is failed because the time has gone, time limit is completed, and because that his ships have sunk into the sea and he has lost them, therefore he cannot pay this money to Shylock. So we also saw that Antonio had signed a bond, and according to that bond, what was the condition in the bond? You know very well that Shylock would be entitled to have a pound of Antonio's flesh if Antonio fails to repay the debt within 3 months. And unfortunately, Antonio couldn't repay the loan or the money. And therefore, Shylock insists or gives stress on having a pound of Antonio's flesh. He doesn't compromise. All kind of requests for showing mercy failed. They all cannot change Shylock's decision. And he wants the justice according to the law as written in the bond. And what was written in the bond? We know very well. So here, even after making so many requests by the Duke also, Shylock does not explain why he has ill feelings towards Antonio. That is why he is not showing mercy towards Antonio. Why he is not forgiving Antonio. He says that he doesn't know why he has ill feelings or the hatredness for Antonio. So he says that his feelings cannot be explained or analyzed. And in these lines, we have the same thing. That is, Shylock, these lines have been spoken by Shylock in the court. And he is now saying that he cannot explain, he cannot analyze why the hatredness, why he hates Antonio. So let us go with the explanations of these lines. In these lines, Shylock makes a spirited and rational defense of his conduct and repeatedly insisting on a pound of Antonio's flesh. So, what is there in these lines? Because this dialogue is from Shylock. So, he tries to prove or tries to defend himself, his conduct, his behavior, and this behavior, this hateful behavior, and repeatedly insisting on what? That he will not compromise, but he will take a pound of Antonio's flesh only. Only then he can satisfy. So he takes his stand on the literal words of the law, regardless of consequences. So he stresses that I want that the law should take action according to the literal words of the bond. And we know very well what is written in the bond. So he doesn't worry, or he doesn't say that he must follow the consequences. That he won't care for the present consequences, but he would like to have justice according to the law. And the law, we know very well, the law of Venice in this case is in favor of Shylock. As for the reason, he also says that it is his humor or caprice to conceive what may be called an instinctive dislike for Antonio. That is, he hates Antonio from his instinct. That is, it is the natural hate and dislike in his mind for Antonio. And it cannot be explained. He says that he is not an isolated instance. Then he gives the argument in order to prove his defense, in order to prove that why he cannot explain the feelings or the hate feelings against Antonio. He says that as there are many people who have insuperable aversion or the hate or the dislike to what? To pork or a gaping pig, a wallen bagpipe, or even a harmless necessary cat. So these all are examples of the animals. And there are many people who dislike these animals without any reason, without explaining any reason. They cannot explain why they hate them. So he also says that in the same way he cannot explain, he cannot define why he has such feelings against Antonio. So he says that some feelings or emotions are just ultimate and such defy analysis. That is, cannot be analyzed. And our emotions are controlled by our sensations, our instincts. So, my feelings are unchangeable and I don't like Antonio. Then he says that there are people who conceive a liking for a thing which pleases their senses. So we like the thing because that gives us delight, that gives our senses a kind of delight or a pleasure, which cherish the feelings of hatred for a thing, that is, which activate or instigate our feelings to hate also for something. So these are our senses which control our emotions and feelings. For such a thing we have the likeness, for the other thing we have the hatred, and which is unpalatable to their senses. That is which cannot be explained. He also says there is no logic behind one's likes and dislikes which cannot therefore be explained. So there no logic can be said, no logic can be given. Why do you like this person and why don't you like it and why do you hate? So dear student, at this moment Shylock's mind is so obsessed by hate that he cannot but demand the literal execution of the bond. Well, his mind is full of so hatred. His mind is full of so dislike that he demands only the literal execution of the bond. He says, I want the justice, and justice according to the law. What the law says in this case. And the law is in his favor because what he wants is already written in the bond. So, how the law of Venice can go against this bond? This is the problem. These are the consequences that come out. So he points out that he is himself offended. He also says in these lines, in the last line of this extract, that he is offended. Many times he was offended. So he is compelled to react in the same way, in the shameful way, that he must give offense to others. So see the logic that why he is doing such thing. He says that because such things have been done to me, therefore I want to take the revenge. This is what he wants to say here. So the feeling of revenge is rooted in the mind of Shylock and he cannot compromise with that. So thus is the only reason which he can give is that he bears an ancient grudge or hatred against Antonio. That we have already said in the previous explanations why Shylock had the grudge and hatredness against Antonio. So it is not the present problem, it is not because of the present problem, but this hatredness is very old. And he says that why he wants to pursue the forfeiture of the bond with so much cruelty or malice. So the cruelty and malice is there in his mind, and why he doesn't want to compromise with these things, because he has a very old grudge against Antony. So dear friends, this is what the explanation and the context as well as the reference of these lines, that you can understand the story. And the story is now moving towards the complex situation. That is, Shylock is adamant with the bond that he won't compromise. Whereas the Duke of Venice and others wants that the Shylock should show sympathy towards Antonio and should forgive Antonio. So far the critical comment of this scene or these lines, we can say that this is the famous court scene or the trial scene, and this is also described as the most thrilling of the play, most thrilling scene of the play, because there will be the judgment. And now in the next extract we will see that the lawyer Portia enters into the situation or into the court, and we will see how she defends this case, how she defends Antonio in this case, and how then Shylock withdraw himself from everything. But so far these lines are concerned, or this scene is concerned, at this moment Duke is very helpless, although he has inner sympathy with Antonio, but he sees no way to get round of the letter of law. And Shylock is not yielding. Shylock has no reason for prosecuting Antonio except a certain loathing which he bears. His hate was nothing compared to bitterness which century. His hate was as old hate, ancient hate, and that was from the centuries. And why? Because the Christians oppressed the Jews. So that was the natural instinct in the heart and mind of the Jews, the hate against the Christians. That was already stored in the heart of this proud son of Israel. And who is here proud son of Israel? The Jew Shylock. So his revengefulness was partly the answer of the downtrodden Jewish community to their Christian oppressors. So this is what we have for today. Dear friends, thank you very much. I hope you will enjoy listening to this video. I will also share the PDF form of this, this lecture. Thank you very much again.